right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's AI Lunch Break. Today, we are walking through how to create a short, polished video, a business video using AI. This is a 30-minute live demo followed by open office Q&A for another half hour. We might run a little bit over today. It's hard to do video in a half hour to do a whole one, but I'm going to show you how to do step-by-step from how to go from a simple idea to a final video using mostly free or low-cost AI tools. If you've joined us before, awesome. If this is your first time, welcome. The demo, as I mentioned, goes till 12:30 and then another open Q&A at 12:30 to 1. So feel free to drop your questions into chat. And as we go along, we will get to them, but not till 12:30. So I'm Kathy Ballack, your regional AI specialist and lead SBDC business advisor specializing in AI and marketing. So let's dive into AI for video. As I mentioned today, I'm going to walk you through an entire process to create video. So for my video, I'm going to be creating a 30-second plus promo video for the AI Lunch Break series. So you'll see the full process in action. But before I do that, I just want to mention why video, and this is such an important class. I love video. It's one of the top things on my list, and it's because there's some real great benefits of video in general. And I mean, video allows you to, like an email, video can boost click-through rates up to 3 times, just 3 times by adding video to your email. And when it comes to social media, you get 12 times more shares with video than text and images combined. So the process I'm going to be sharing, let's get my screen shared here. There we go. The process we're going to be following today, it falls into 6 steps, which you can see lined up over here on the right of my screen. So step 1 is going to be planning and scripting your video. So instead of starting from scratch, I'm going to use ChatGPT and Gemini to generate a short script and basic storyboard. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to get into step 2, gather and create your own assets that reflect your business. Choosing your platform that you're going to build your video on. Then step 4, sourcing and creating supporting assets. Step 5, creating video as needed. And step 6, editing and finalizing your video. So I'm going to keep this up over here on the edge for you, just so you can really see it and see what's going on. So I mentioned I've got ChatGPT open here, and I mentioned that I'm going to start off with generating a short script and basic storyboard. And I've got a prompt all ready here for me to go. So let me pull in my prompt here. All right. So there we go. I put in, please create a 30-second video scripts targeted to small businesses about the AI Lunch Break series, a series of online workshops Wednesdays at noon. The series covers all the ways you can use AI to grow your business. The CTA call to action is to sign up and join the show or check out the recordings on YouTube. I will use this video on YouTube and on our website. So it says exactly where I'm going to use it, and I click go there. I'm just going to do another one for fun. I'm also going to do Gemini, Google Gemini, because it's sometimes worthwhile just to see what you get. So, and sometimes there's also a delay, as I had one session that ChatGPT was just down. So things happen. So this gives me here's my script, and I can look through this. The main thing I'm going to suggest is whenever using AI for anything like this, you're always going to go through it carefully, edit it. Like I said, feel free to work with different tools, see what you get. Once I'm happy with it, I still want to get a little bit more detail. This isn't enough yet. So I want to do this next. I'm going to take, let's just say it for the sake of time, that I'm pretty happy with with what I've come up with, and I've reworked it. Now I'm going to go to a second step, and I'm going to say break the script into short screens with suggested visuals or actions for each line. I already have a video clip of a show. I'm telling you what I have. So what things need to be in it. I have a video clip of a show recording to use, plus SBDC logos and a Lunch Break AI logo. Create 4 columns So it's going to build a table for me. Scene script, scene script, voiceover, visuals, scene script. I don't know why it says voiceover. So there we go. That should have been, it's my typo there. Whoops. Typing. There we go. This should be this. Voiceover slash scene script. I think this is what it's supposed to be. I did scene script, visuals, actions, audio, music, and notes. And I'm going to click go on that. And then I'm going to come over to Gemini. I'm going to do exactly the same thing, just for fun. But I do like comparing and seeing what we come up with. So here it is. Again, I would go back and I would edit this, figure out exactly what I want. But I've got my kind of a storyboard. I say a storyboard, it isn't really a storyboard from the perspective that a storyboard has a rough sketch to it, but it's enough to help me get started and know what I want and how it should look. And I've got one over here too. So I could go through and compare, copy these or download them, ask them to give it to me in a spreadsheet. I already have one here too that I've done because just again, for the sake of time. But I would rework and edit the plan. So I've come through this and I've looked at, okay, how does this work? Is it doing what I need it to do? So as you can see, it has the 4 columns on it, just like I mentioned. However, one thing I really want to point out here is that my plan includes video and audio, well, image and audio assets that I get from 3 places. One are things that I'm going to create. So my own video, that kind of stuff. And then stock assets, things I'm going to pull that are already made, and they're going to just do the job for me. And then 3 are going to be things like AI assets. So here you can see AI generated animated illustration.
Kathy,
So,
Kathy, I am sorry to interrupt. We have a couple requests in the chat for is there any way you can include the 6 steps in the chat, or if they could be emailed later? We have several people asking for the 6 steps.
it may be. I can probably include it in the email, so that'll be fine. But anyways, we are probably going to go over 12:30 today. I just want to give everybody a fair warning. This is a lot to cover in a short while. So anyways, back to the 6 steps. So right now, again, I'm on the planning and script, getting ideas, writing the script, and I've got my plan and shot storyboard. This is what I had. The only thing I did different here is that I marked in red the things that I need to create because this is going to be my next step. So you're going to see, let me show you one more thing here. Let's get here. So I've got 3 screens going here. So AI lunch break. I've also got on my computer, one place where I put everything. And here is where I've built a new file for AI lunch break promo videos. And I really suggest that you create a specific file whenever you're going to create a video. So you're going to notice I have this here. I already have the script and plan. I'm putting everything in one place. I've put these few things that I already have. I've got this video, I've got these logos, so I've put them in here and you can see they're all ready to go. But if I didn't have them, let's say when I was creating my plan here, I would have to create them. So for example, if I was going to create video, I can use this video. These videos are just ones I've created from when I'm doing a Zoom class like this. So I can use Zoom, but I can also use my iPhone, any other kind of video that I might get. So since mine are all ready to get together, let's go back up here. So this is my gather and create. I created a project file, right? So I just showed you that. I put all of my assets in there. I would have to create anything that I did not have, but you're going to want to keep them all in one place. And with that, I'm actually ready to move to step 3. Step 3 now is going to be to choose a platform and assemble your core assets. Let me just move this over. Come on. And we can go back to this a little bit more. Oh, and by the way, one other thing in doing this process is, so here's again, just a quick view of how it ends up looking, the storyboard script plan, when we're finished. And so everything could be ready, just but just make sure to download and save it into your project file. So for my next step, I'm going to choose my platform and start assembling what I call my core objects, core assets. And when I say that, all I mean are the things that you have created, your really important stuff. And that is so important because it's what helps show your brand, what helps show what's unique about you. So as we get to this, the main thing I'm going to do today, I'm going to suggest a video creator. The main ones I'm going to suggest are something like Canva. Let's go to Canva over here. Canva, which is what I'm going to use today. But there's some other really good ones too. There is going to be Runway. And here's a quick view of Runway. And I think Brianna is going to share those links in the chat. There's for each of these. This is a really kind of very advanced system as well. And I've created, for example, here's Runway, and I've played around with creating some things here. Let's see if I create. I don't know if you're going to hear any of this. Are you able to hear any of this, Brianna?
We're not, no.
I'm not sure how to get that's something that I would have had to click onto. Anyway, this is going to, this is an example, you don't really need to hear it, but this is one that I created just in Runway. Really quickly, you can see it's a 32-second. I did this without a Runway subscription, but they do have subscriptions, and it's a really kind of good advanced one. Veed is going to be a really good one, especially one thing that's fun with Veed is it's really great for creating avatars. So, you might be able to create yourself and then transform yourself into a lizard talking or something like that. So there's some very fun different things you can do with this, AI voices and avatars that are pretty a good thing. And then in video is another one. It's one especially used a lot more if you're going to be creating video for social media. So check out those. And again, Brianna will put those into the chat. As I mentioned, though, I'm going to be using, and I even did a quick comparison of why you would use them. And you can just do this on your own. Why would I use, compare these 4 video tools? Why would I use them? And you can see how they compare. And how hard they are, right? Runway is a little bit harder, it's a little bit, more advanced. But if you're going to be doing some more advanced things, it could be right for you. Okay, so again, we're over here. We have choosing our platform, and I'm going to choose Canva for this. And I use Canva, like I said, because I use it for so many different things. I've already have other assets in here. I've got the logos in here. I've got other things I've created. So in here, I can simply click create video. And here I can see my options. So I can either, when I hit create, sometimes the video won't come up first, but I can scroll over and see what options there are. Or I can go over here and click on video. And the interesting thing about this is that you're going to see that you've already got some video templates in Canva. Canva has some great templates for everything they do, and video is just no different. So you can start with one of these, and it will make your life pretty easy as well. So especially if you just need a little short, a lot of these can just be little short clips, right? You see it says the end. So you can string together some different little bits, and you're going to see that they have different size formats again. So they've got some of the landscape, and they've got some things for mobile over here too. So going back to video, let's just say I'm going to do the video because I'm doing for, let's say, YouTube and for website. So I'm going to click on this. And one of the other things I want you to notice, I'm going to give you a second shortcut here, is that over here, you're going to see this generate videos instantly. So you've got an option to just do something really quickly off the fly. And if I click this, for example, And I'm just going to choose, let's say, let's choose, you have to make sure that they're checked. Let's find another couple. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but let's keep it in here. This popped up because it requires you to have 3 of them. And I've got 4, but you can still add more. And it's just a quick demo to see how this works, so you can kind of get it. The prompt in here only allows for, I think it's like 100 characters. It's really short. You can't do very much. So I'm just going to say that Solano Napa SBDC introduces AI lunch break Wednesdays at noon, and click generate. And this is going to give me a really quick down and dirty kind of video. I just threw in some different things, but if I threw in some better stuff, it might come out better than what it's going to. Let's go ahead and hide that and go back to here. And I can also start moving things around, right? So there's some music to it. You can't hear the music, but this was automatically created. This is AI generated. All it's doing is playing music and putting words over. So this is going to be one of your best bets for doing something really quickly, just with the assets that you put in. And if you noticed, so it took this, it blew it up, right? I had a narrow image, it zoomed into it and just put them together. And I can still, like I said, I can still go ahead and move these things around and play around. It's just going to give me the music directly. Very cool. So try that if you haven't already. It's going to, like I said, especially when you need something, it will just do this lovely thing. So, but today, the other thing I want to do is create a whole video. And again, we're going to, this is hard to do in a half hour. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm just going to click video landscape. And now I'm looking at you can see my timeline down here. And you can see I'm looking at a big lot of nothing. But remember, I have my own assets, so I can upload them. So I want to start with that. I just click upload. Now, normally I would upload my files and I would go to the proper place where I am. Remember, I have that area that I'm going to go to and upload them. But I've already uploaded them because just for time's sake. So under here, it defaulted to images, but I just click over to video. There's also audio, and you can see I've uploaded some of my own audio. I've created a whole bunch of different audio files. And here's where I can start just clicking things. Let's see, I'll put this in first. I'll just click another plus button. So add another frame, do another one. Starting to play automatically. Let me just pause that. I don't need it to play. And then I can add another plus over there and just add something else. What else do I need in here? Let's see. Let's say I know what I want. I want, if I can't find it, I'm going to go ahead and click on logo. And this is by Solano Napa and Sonoma. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in these logos. There we go. Second logo. Get them about the same. And there we go. And this is enough for me to get started with, basically what I would do is go through my list. And by my list, again, I'm talking about the storyboard and say, what things do I have listed over here that are mine? Get them on to your video and start working with them. And that's what I'm doing here is I'm simply getting everything on there that I had listed that I have. Because now I can start seeing what I've got, and then I can start going to my, so I've assembled my core assets, all the things I own, which are the most important things. And now I can start sourcing and creating supporting assets. So this is going to be saying, where do I go down to this list? Again, my whole list down here, and say, what else do I need? And then I'm going to consider stock video and images first, and then creating images with AI. So I'm going to take 2 clips from the script that I have and use those as examples. Again, my script was down here. And I'm going to play around with these 2 first bits, that there are images to go with these. And I'll just get those going. But first, I just do want to mention that while I'm doing this, I'm going to start with stock images over AI images. And the reason is because I find that there's some really great um, stock images, especially in Canva. It has an amazing library full of things, and you could probably do nothing but use your images plus stock images and have great results. And AI is still coming along with the actual stuff. So I find this a lot easier. So we're going to take, again, 2 clips from this script. I'm going to take this, I'm going to assume I'm going to do this. Let's start with the second one first. And it's an AI generated clip. It gives me full details, but frankly, I'm just going to put AI in here and see what I get. Let's see. Oops, I'm gonna go under elements. That's uploads, which are things I've added. I'm looking for stock this time, so I go under elements. And I want video. Since we're doing video, I might as well add video. And I'm just going to look at this, and this is going to go in before this image down here. So I'm just going to click add a page, and I'm going to add video directly. So I've got one. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to add a second one too. I'm going to say I'm going to do this first one here. So running a small business. And this one is a stock image or AI generated small business owners with work. I want to show you this one that you can do something a little bit different, a little bit more fun. There we go, add a page, come on. There we go. Actually, I'll move that over here. You see, I just move things around as needed. And this time I'm going to put small business. And what's fun about this is I'm going to show you, I'm going to choose something that's a wrong size, right? But I'm going to add 3 of them. So let's move this one over there and let's add this one. Now I've got 3 videos. I'm going to just grab them all together, resize, hold them so that they are full length. Now you can start seeing what I've got here. Actually, let me shorten these a little bit. These are all really long, right? We're only talking about, sometimes it's hard to get the edge. There we go. And this is too long too. So let me just pull this a little bit shorter, right? That's all we need to get is to there. And even this is too long. But this is the beauty of using this. So you can start seeing what I've got there, right? It's already playing something. I've had my 2 stock videos, excellent. And this one will come back to audio at the end, even though you're not hearing my audio. So when we don't have time we don't have more time to do more stock photos in this. So I just did the stock photos from these first 2 areas, right? And so I considered stock images, video and images first, just because there's so many good ones. And then I can start creating other ones with AI. And I want to show you some tools for that. Canva itself has a tool for creating, if I want to add another page, let's get another page in there. It does have a tool for adding magic media, and I can generate videos. I will tell you it's not very good. If you are using Runway or, especially, I think Runway is not as much, but Feed or in video, I mean, you are going to have some better tools for creating video. But I still want to show you it. So I'm going to compare and create some video with 3 tools. One is still in Canva because I just want to see how this works. And then I'm also going to do Firefly and Sora. So for this one, I am looking at, there was one down here that said an animated thing. So yeah, AI generated animated bubbles, question bubbles. So I'm doing this. I put animated illustration of colorful chat bubbles popping up and generate video. I'm going to go ahead in the same time and go ahead over to Firefly. From Firefly, you hit text to video. And I will tell you a lot of these, I've already put that, there we go, in there. Click generate. And then I'm also going to try Sora. Let's see, videos. Oh, there I've got it ready to go also. And let's go ahead and click that. It's the exact same prompt. I'm just seeing it and wanted to show you how they go. Did that go? Let me see. So make sure I didn't hit the wrong thing. It's hard to do this sometimes in talk as well. There's always some funny things that are coming up, isn't there? One video at a time. So I did click it. So I'm clicking on my media. There it is. It's coming up. And Firefly, waiting for that to come up. And Magic Media, it's popping up too. So we'll see how everything goes. There we go. Whoops, I hit it twice. So this is what happened with, and I can also make this full size, which I'm going to do with all of these actually. But this is what it gave me in Canva. It's not great. I will tell you that, like I said, Canva just doesn't do a very good job. Let's see what Firefly did. Look at that. Look how much better. That's what I want. So with this, I could go ahead and download it and put it up. I'm still waiting for Sora. There we go. Sora, I've also had not, well, this is doing some weird things with that, right? I could have used a second clip like that little bit right there, would have been good. So I could still download, use it, and get rid of this weirdness there. But frankly, Firefly did a pretty good job, didn't it? So I generated all of those, and you would get, you know, till what you truly want. It does cost, you know, there is typically all paid plans to do this, so it's a little bit harder in some ways. But AI generators are really great when you have something truly unique you want to create. Let's say like a pixie flying around a peanut butter sandwich, for example. So you would, you know, work to get what you want, then download it, and then come back over into Canva. There we go, and upload it. All right, we're almost at time. I told you I might be running a little bit over. So step 5 over here is going to be create the audio that you need. And the main things for this is going to be things like music and your audio track. Mine already has an audio track because this was from Zoom. It's there together. You can't see an audio track. It says audio, but there's not really. Oh, wait a minute. Is this my finished one? Hold on a second. So there we go. So it does say audio, but there's really not, when I'm playing it, I'm not hearing anything, and it's until I hit this. So sometimes when you have something together, I could hit audio tools and extract, and it's going to put, now you're going to notice a completely different audio track on here. The other thing that I can do, and this is actually important because sometimes I want to separate them. So let's say I want this all the way to go back, and I don't really want it to show me a whole lot. I just want it to show me a tiny bit like that. And now I have the whole audio track of me talking the whole time with all of this stuff in the background. There we go. And playing. And this is called scrubbing, when I'm just doing this little bit of seeing what's here. And Zoom also has, Zoom, Canva also has some great music in the background. So if I wanted to add music, let's just get this, let's just say, let's just say business. And I'm going to go to audio. And what happens with these is you can actually play them. So I can play them and listen to them and say, what do I like? And then just pull one when I find one I like, pull it down here. This is a really normal way of working where I have music plus an audio track. So the audio track is like me talking right now, but I've got music in the background. The only thing I have as a suggestion for this is that when you do that is click on the volume and pull it way down. I'm usually going to put it at about 10 to 14. So it's just a little bit of nice, fun, kicking background music. So with that, I've got all of my stuff together. And I know you can't hear the audio, but it will give you an idea of everything else. And I will share with you a finalized version so you can see how all this works. But in the meantime, like I said, we're just hitting at 12:30. So, and I still have one more step to show you, which is how to edit and finalize the video. And this is where you get to any kind of little final edits. Like, for example, I mentioned I would want to full size these. So I just right click, set video as background. And all of a sudden I've got all of this stuff is looking a whole lot better, right? But if you notice, it's really rough between each of everything there. So this is where my last step are going to be doing final edits and trimming, making sure things match, adding transitions. And by transition, when I hover over here, you can see it says add page and add transition. And a transition is going to be like, there goes my screen, a simple dissolve. And if you notice the difference that makes now, look at that. That's a dissolve. There's a whole bunch of different options for you. I'm going to add another one here. Okay, I'm just going to do a simple dissolve. And there's even an option down here. I can say apply between all pages. So when you watch this now, you're going to see it. Sorry, that's a little glitch that's happening there. Let's try that again. There's something just a little showing a little funny. But watch the transitions now, how nice and smooth those are going. So this is, again, your last step, which is just doing these, adding these kind of transitions. You might add some titles. So I would go into my text here, and then you're going to export it and review. I've got one, let me see where it is. I've got a final one that I will send in the folder so everybody can watch what this is. It has music and it has voice in the background. So, and you're going to see it's very similar to what I was just demoing to you. This is just it in a final format. I did a little animation on those, all very simple. That's stock photo, stock photo. So anyways, that's kind of where we are up to. Like I said, just a few minutes over, not too bad at all. So you would want to finish, again, all of the trimming. Then when you're done and you like it, you come up over here and you're going to share, and you're just going to download, upload it to the right place. You know, you're going to have quality options too. So again, it's part of that, just ask AI to see what you should download it for what purpose you are using, and that will help you keep it straight. So you've learned a few really good tools here for using AI for your video creation. We use ChatGPT and Gemini, Google Gemini, to create the script and help us create kind of a storyboard. Again, without the images. I showed you mostly in Canva, but also there are some other tools. You've got Runway, you've got Veed, and you've got InVideo, and I suggest checking all of those out. Some very cool stuff that you can do. So anyway, and then in AI generation, we tried Canva. I guess it's a little bit of a dud for me, but we got some really good stuff in Firefly, especially, and then also Google Sora, which I think is still a little bit rough around the edges for Sora per my use so far, but I think it's by Google, and they're putting a lot of, I mean, ChatGPT, and they're putting a lot of effort behind it. So Firefly is by Adobe, and then Sora is ChatGPT, part of ChatGPT's suite. All right, thank you for joining, and thanks to Sonoma and Solano Napa SBDC for making this possible. Great seeing everybody. It's 12:54, so we're just a few minutes early if everybody's good. So happy to see you, and hope to see you again next week.